Hey Alex, this is Daniel from Josh and Danny SEO. I know you spoke with Joshua a little bit ago, so we're gonna take a look at your website, see what's going on, and see if there's anything we can help you out with. So right off the bat, home and testimonials is fine. Services, you always want this to be a drop-down menu so people can see what's going on. And not only that, you always want your phone number to be in one of the first things they see. I like the request free quote though. Gallery is there. Good quality. I like the picture. Exceptional painters ready to serve you. Welcome to Mar Company. Wait, residential commercial painting, excellent. Testimonials, great. More commercial. I'm assuming these are testimonial people from different areas, and then that's it. Okay, so I know you have your services. These are not links, so I'm gonna go ahead and ask. Not ask. I gotta figure out services. Let's see if this is gonna take me to a new page. It does. What? No commercial. Okay, fine. Interior painting. All right, exterior painting process. Okay, these are processes. All right, I'm not going to say a lot on this one until later, but let's take a look at the back end because content's very important, but you want to make sure it reads correctly for what it is you're offering. Going for, like if I had to guess, you can AI create a lot of this stuff, which is fine for exterior painting processes. You can even AI create a lot of this stuff, and it won't really affect you that much as long as, it's not like, it's not needed for keywords. Google might flag AI content. I mean, and it might be handwritten. I'm not saying no, I'm just saying like it can be mass produced on that end, but you want to talk about the product like you're offering, right? Interior painting process. Hey, we offer the best interior painting company, blah, blah, blah. Basically, a little bit about what you wrote over here, but we got to introduce keywords into it. So let me show you on the back end what that looks like, right? So I'm using a tool called Ahrefs. So when we look at this, we want to look at your UR and DR rating. A UR rating is how strong the website is, and a DR rating is how much Google likes you. Right now, they're at 0. And part of it has to do with because you have very little backlinks, almost non-existent, right? So a backlink is where you have your website link somewhere else where somebody can click on it, and a referring domain is when it returns back to you. Now, not all backlinks are equal. Some are more spammy than others, like BuzzFeed, Wikipedia. So you want to be careful about the ones you use. You want to use ones that'll actually just accentuate what it is you have. And then lastly is your organic keywords. So you have 8 keywords, 8 different variations of what people can type in so that Google can find you and connect people with you. So let's look at those keywords. So you're doing really well with the keywords you're using, at least the first 3 I'm seeing. Indianapolis Painting Company, Indianapolis, Commercial Painting Indianapolis, Painting Companies, excellent. This one I don't care for, but that's fine. Okay, you have excellent keywords over here, only 7 of them. Good start. You're not ranking for any of them. So that's a problem. So you have the right stuff on here. It's just not as diverse as you should have it, and it looks like some of these are only being put in. So I'm gonna have to ask, because most of these look like they've been put in not too long ago, whether or not somebody has been doing this for you. Like if you already have somebody who's offering you services, um, and they're still in the middle of working on it. Because if these have been added in like within the last 2 or 3 weeks, then if somebody is working on it, you haven't seen the full results of this one, and I can't accurately pinpoint what it would be to help you guys out. But let's take a look at what happens when I put in painters in Indianapolis, right? So I actually, I'm familiar with this whole area in a way, but painters in Indianapolis is a simple keyword because it's location and service specific. So we know people in this area will not will use it, but we know they're looking for a painter and that they live in the area. Not only that, but these are good enough keywords to use for Google Ads, which people do. See? But after that, we get to your area. Is this you? No, that's not you. That's somebody else. Um, but after that, we get to our GMB services. You can sponsor yourself to get up there. It costs a lot of money. But then after that, we have our regular GMB, these 3 guys. So you want to be in the top 3 because about 30-40% of all people will click on these first 3 guys. Anyone 4 and after, not really worthwhile. So definitely something to take a look at. After that, we got CertaPro Painter is the #1 for Indianapolis. I would click on them, but they're franchise, so I'm not going to really go for them. Skip over Yelp and Angie List, and we're going to go over to Elite Pro Painting, the ones who are running an ad to get themselves into the top 3. So they're trying really hard to rank the top over here, as well as the top 3 over there. The one thing I really hate about their website, though, is the fact that they have this hamburger drop-down menu, and they do have quite a bit over here. So I would tell, if I were to give them any advice, I would tell them to put themselves in, like get rid of this drop down over here and put it across and get their phone number up top here. But otherwise, they do talk a lot about, I don't care about the history of it, but they do talk a lot about what it is they offer. Okay, that's not really true. But they have content, which counts. And that's pretty much what you really, you want. You want content with the correct keywords in there. But on their back end, they're doing pretty good. They have 33 UR, which means, and a DR of 13. You want these in a ratio of 1 to 1 in the 30s and 40s. So they're obviously, I can already say that some of their backlinks are a little spammy over here to give them 13 to 33. Good, solid amount of referring domains versus it's not 10%. Well, it is 10%, so a little over 10%. So I'm going to let them go on that. Although if we look at the real number, it's not. They have 4,000, almost 4,000 organic keywords, and they're bringing in almost 3,000 different organic traffic. So what are those keywords? And I have been signed out. So let me sign back in. All right, so back to it. A lot of what they have over here is simply like blog stuff and like painting the right way, different things like that. As you can see over here, right, it's elitepropainting.com/paint metal buildings the right way. So it's more of a blog slash FAQ, stuff like that. So I don't really care about that. What I do care is this, right? Painters Indianapolis, 500 people a month search for that. They're getting 38 because they're in position number 6. When you're in position 1, 2, or 3, you'll get anywhere between 10 to 20% of all search volume. As you can see over here, right? This is number 1. They're getting 46 out of 150, so that's probably around, I don't know, maybe 30, 40% right there. Is it? No, it's about 30%. Same thing with the one on top of that. So the concept is continuously proven, 10 to 20%, if not more. But we just don't want to rank for this stuff. We want to rank for the good stuff. The stuff that is this, Indianapolis house painters, 250 a month. They're getting 24 of them because they're in position 5. Barely 10%, but still decent margin. And that's kind of what we're looking at. House painters, Indianapolis, 250. They're getting 18, position number 7. So that's kind of what we want. We want to get those kind of keywords. So they are kind of doing an interesting thing on that one. So you have the right amount you have the right kind of keywords. You need a more diverse amount of them. So you can probably get an additional like 30 or 40 different types of keywords that are all going to produce a good amount of volume for you in the area. And if you don't just go for Indianapolis, then there's a much larger diversity of keywords, because then you can have the same type of service format and then just switch out the location. So instead of Indianapolis Painting Company, it can be Fisher Painting Company. Stuff like that. Anyway, so how does this all help you out? What do you need to do in order to win? Like I said, you need a little bit more content on your site. Content is key in the game. You're going to want to get a lot more organic keywords in there as well, so you can start ranking for a more diverse selection of them. And then finally, you're going to want to boost up your backlink profile. Great news is I already know somebody who has a decent amount of good backlinks, and that's these guys over here. But then you're going to want to add about 50 to 100 on top of that just to make sure you outrank and stay ahead of the game. Anyway, that's all I really got for you, Alex. If you do have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. Other than that, you have an amazing night.